morning, federal government launches visa on arrival policy. PDP accuses APC of raising Imo INEC office. Prepare for flooding now, Hydrological Agency warns states. Wow, Eagles list for Sierra Leone ready. Good morning, welcome to MCL News. I'm Ezinwa. For now, the details of the news. The federal government has launched a new visa policy which allows travelers to visit Nigeria without visas and only commence the process of obtaining visa upon arrival into the country. The new visa policy was launched on Tuesday in the State House by President Muhammadu Buhari in company with the Minister of Interior, Rafa Aregbesola, and the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, Mohammed Babande. The new visa policy broadened the scope of visa obtainment in Nigeria from the hitherto 6 categories to 79. Briefing journalists after the launch, Aregbesola said the visa on arrival can only be obtained in 4 international airports. The airports include Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Aminu Kano International Airport, and Port Harcourt International Airports. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, yesterday stated that federal government has begun working on the security and information sharing requirements for the lifting of a U.S. travel ban on prospective immigrants from Nigeria. Speaking at a joint news conference in Washington with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Onyama said that Nigeria was blindsided by the U.S. decision on Friday to add 8 and 5 other nations to an expanded version of the U.S. visa ban. President Donald Trump of the United States issued an expanded version of his travel ban on Friday as part of a presidential proclamation, which said Washington will suspend the issuance of visas that can lead to permanent residency for nationals of Eritrea, Kazakhstan, Myanmar, and Nigeria. He said that temporary visas for tourists, business people, students, and workers from those nations will not be affected. U.S. officials said the countries failed to meet U.S. security and information sharing standards, which necessitated the new restrictions. We look forward to being taken off this visa restriction list, Onyama said, once all the criteria are met. Pompeo also said he is optimistic that Nigeria will make the necessary changes. Imo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has accused the All Progressives Congress, APC, of raising the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, office in Olo on Sunday. The allegation was contained in a statement signed by the Publicity Secretary, Damian Opara, yesterday. But the APC said it is studying the accusation and will respond to it in due course. Publicity Secretary of APC in the state, Naya Onwenu, told newsmen that somebody just sent the statement. Let me read it, I will respond to it. They also called on security agencies to investigate the issue and deal with the culprits accordingly. In the statement entitled APC Must Take Responsibility for the Arson at INEC Headquarters, Olo, the PDP stated, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Imo State Chapter, viewed with utmost concern the fire outbreak that engulfed the INEC office in Olo Council of Imo State on Sunday, February 2nd, 2020. PDP referred to the recent comments by Governor Hope Uzodinma accusing INEC officials in the southeast of conniving with the PDP to overturn election results as reason behind the arson. The Ebonyi State government says traders at Ababa Main Market will relocate to the newly built Ebonyi International Market. The state government has urged traders to take advantage of the grace period as governments will take drastic action against traders that fail to move. MCLtv Ebonyi State correspondent AGK Ikele has this to say.
The market Umai International Market, popularly known as Ochudo Market, is estimated to be the biggest market with international standard in the country. The construction of the market, which was initiated by the former governor of Ebonyi State, Chief Martins Elechi, to decongest the Abakaliki daily market called Abakmanin Market, but this purpose was not achieved as the project was not completed until the exit of Governor Elechi. On October 11, 2019, the incumbent governor of Ebonyi State, Governor David Umahi, issued a notice to the marketers giving them 10 February 2023 as deadline for all traders in the Banan market to relocate to the new market after the reconstruction. The big question is, how ready are the marketers to relocate and how prepared are the contractors to hand over the project?
You know, this market would have taken off by last month, but the governor said he wants everything to be in place. And as I speak to you now, the market is ready. If you look around, you see that the electricity is almost ready. You can see the street lights. You can see the people doing the wiring. You will see that the market is 99 ready.
My organization is very ready to pack into the international market because it's not easy for Ebonyi women to have international market in Ebonyi State, but through Mweze Umai make it possible for us to have it. All the work in Lot 2 and Lot 3 is complete. The Ebonyans who stay outside Ebonyi State will come back home. So if you are outside country, come back home. Come and live in your land.
The international market, which is said to have hospital facilities, police station, daycare and adult education center for traders who wish to further their education, is also to have a solar energy power station that will provide 24-hour power supply.
Shop Makesi ata eba yini na chakore aya dugo njikere kwabati inde anyi funu no ni na chago njikere kampado batieni
10th of February is not negotiable. It's the date government has set up to reopen this market, and it's going to happen. The governor comes here every day 2-3 times to supervise the work.
According to the state government, nobody is expected to be seen at the market and mostly trading will be tolerated after the deadline. From Abakaliki International Market, I am AGK Ikele, MCLtv News.
Pandemonium yesterday along Eze Iweka Road by high tension in Awada area of Anambra State as suspected armed robbers engaged the police in a gun battle that left one of the bandits dead. 5 other members of the gang sustained gunshot injuries. Residents of the area said they ran for safety during the gun duel that lasted over 20 minutes. Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer PPRO SP Haruna Mohammed said that the suspects were visited by the police in their hideouts where the gun battle ensued. Mohammed said that the suspects had on January 8, snatched a Toyota Venza worth 6 million naira from a female victim, Mwadike Collets, Gosusochku, at Ungodo village in Nise community, Okasat local government area of the state, and the suspects were traced to their hideouts by the police. The PPRO said that exhibits recovered from the suspects includes 1 Barretta pistol with 4 live ammunition and 1 anti-car tracking device. Consequently, further investigation through actionable intelligence also led to the recovery of the Toyota Venza snatched from the victim. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has warned state and local governments 2020 in the north. Eze explained that NIME's projections imply that Nigeria will likely experience a longer period of rainy season in 2020 when compared to 2019. Nigerians joined the rest of the world to celebrate World Cancer Day. The event is celebrated on the 4th of February annually. The theme for the year's event is I Can and I Will. MCL News spoke with some medical practitioners on the essence of the day. Esther Ndugwe tells us more.
Cancer has become one of the major sources of death globally. In 2008, there were 12.7 million new cases occurred in developing countries, and it is projected that by 2030, 70% of all new cases of cancer will be found in developing countries. Most of this increase in incidence is as a result of population growth and increased life expectancy. In Nigeria, the World Health Organization says an estimated 116,000 new cases of cancer and 41,000 cancer-related deaths were recorded in Nigeria in 2018. Medical practitioners who spoke to MCL News stated the causes of cancer as it is attributed to too much intake of tobacco, alcohol, unhealthy diets, and fatty foods, irrespective of the health hazards.
There are different types of cancer depending on the part of the body that is involved, and also there are different causes, but there are general causes of cancer, or what we call risk factors for cancers. Most of them are environmental, which is dependent on what we eat or what is around us.
Environmental factors in cancer involves our lifestyle. For a start, people don't know that 20 to 25% of cancer is due to tobacco and cigarette smoking. So tobacco and cigarette smoking can predispose somebody and can cause cancer in somebody. 30 to 35% of cancer is also due to diet we eat, not doing exercise or physical inactivity, obesity or overweight. Then the diet we're talking about is overfeeding, when somebody is eating too much food.
Cancer is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, as new cases and deaths from the disease keep rising. Statistics from the World Health Organization show that 2012 there were 14 million new cases and 8.2 million deaths, while in 2018 there were 18.1 million new cases and 9.6 million deaths. Lending their voice on ways it can be prevented, medical practitioners have this to say.
Go to hospital whenever you have seen any sign. Because if cancer is discovered at stage 1, stage 2, it could be cured and that person is free.
Some persons, if they want to buy tomato or other food products, they go to the market, they see fresh tomato that is already getting bad, they buy those ones. Those things contain aflatoxins, which can predispose to cancer of the liver. But they don't know that, but because it is cheaper, they will go and buy it. Also from our onions, when you slice your onions and you leave it for a day, 2-3 days, when you open it, when you look at the sliced onion, you see some whitish or yellowish whitish thing. That thing is mold. That mold is aflatoxin. That aflatoxin is one of the leading causes of cancer of the liver, behind hepatitis B and C virus. So most common cause, most things that will cause cancer in our are things that are within our environment.
Cancer is one of the non-communicable diseases which is killing many people globally. The World Cancer Day is an international event held on February 4th to raise awareness of cancer and encourage its prevention, detection, and treatment. The theme for this year is I Am and I Will. Esther Ndukwe, MCL News.
Still to come on the news, World Cancer Day calls for regular screening. United Kingdom bans petrol vehicles 2035. Nigeria expects e-cars 2021. Details of these and sports will come your way after the break. So stay with us.
Biting me. But I ask you to use top rank insecticide.
Top rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves top rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use top rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top rank insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813-111-2348 or 090-960-22577. Top rank insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
Have you back. The need for regular screening to checkmate the rising cases of cancer in the society has been made to tackle the disease. A.K. Mwahara, a medical practitioner, made a call on the sidelines of the World Cancer Day celebrated globally on 4th February. Precious Ezimo reports that the theme of the year's celebration is I am and I will. The reports.
The World Cancer Day is aimed at increasing the awareness of cancer and to encourage its prevention, early detection and treatment. The day was founded by the Union of International Cancer Control. The day also seeks to support the goals of World Cancer Declaration written in 2008. Cancer has the ability of spreading to other parts of the body through the blood-lymph systems. According to World Health Organization, 9.5 million people were lost to the disease in 2019 globally. Advancement in age, stressful lifestyle associated with poor nutritional status owing to low fruit and vegetable intake are some risk factors associated with the disease. Also, tobacco and alcohol, chronic infections, and being overweight can lead to cancer. Eke Mbara, a medical practitioner, while interacting with MCLtv news crew on the essence of the day, called for regular cancer screening. He also advised patients with cancer to always take their medication and live their normal lives.
So it's very devastating, especially not detected early. And that's why people talk about screening. We talk about for women who are maybe in their 40s. So you can screen for this thing, do pap smear to see if you can detect cancer cells in the cervix. Of course, we know that typically cancer runs in family. Generally, most of the things we have on this earth, most of the diseases run in families. So cancer typically runs in families. They should comply to modalities of treatment.
Some respondents who spoke with us advised cancer victims to keep hope alive as they go through life. They also have some advice for women on ways to avoid cancer.
Just keep hope alive. Sometimes the mind is not, the mind sometimes has control over the body. Most people who actually do well, their prognosis is better. That's what those that have better outcomes because they've told themselves that I will fight this. I'm going to fight. You don't give up completely. Go fighting.
Because when you are the cause of your problem, you can't even start blaming God for something that you are responsible for, like some creams, soaps, and other things that women use in the name of beauty. And when you know that something has side effects, so what's the essence of applying those things? So it's just to keep off. Everybody, let's just keep off. The ones that don't have it yet, let's just try to avoid things that can cause it. One thing is for one to have a challenge, and another thing is your approach toward that challenge. So when you have a positive approach, it will go a long way helping you.
The theme of this year's event is I am and I will. It acknowledges everyone's capacity to act in the face of cancer. Like other non-communicable diseases, cancer can be managed when detected early. Regular medical checkup that will lead to early diagnosis of the disease may be the difference between life and death. Precious Ezimo, MCL News.
The United Kingdom said on Monday that it will ban the sale of petrol, diesel and hybrid cars from 2035, 5 years earlier than planned, a move that has been described as posing risks for Nigeria. Nigeria, Africa's top oil producer, exports crude oil to the UK, one of the major buyers in Europe, according to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). The UK government said, subject to consultation, it will end the sale of petrol, diesel and hybrid cars and vans in 2035 or earlier if a faster transition was possible. There are also indications that Nigeria will receive its first set of electric cars next year, with 2 firms already working on the project. The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Tuesday unveiled the new auto policy as part of a launch event for United Nations Climate Summit in November, according to the BBC. And on sports, the list of players that will prosecute the 2021 African Cup of Nations AFCON Nations Cup qualifier doubleheader against Sierra Leone next month will be released later this year. Super Eagles coach Ken Ostra said he has been in touch with the players in readiness for the qualifiers. The Super Eagles will host their West African neighbors on March 23rd and will travel to Freetown for the return leg 8 days later. Nigeria topped Group L with the maximum 6 points after victories over Lesotho and Benin Republic last year. Ra, however, expressed delight following the return of action of right back Tyrone Ebuehi after a long layoff due to injury. Ra added that he hopes to now see him play regularly for the remainder of the season. Former Super Eagles striker Odion Ighalo will wear the number 25 jersey at Manchester United, the Premier League club revealed on Tuesday. United revealed Ighalo's jersey number on their Twitter page. Ighalo joined United on a 6-month loan deal from Chinese side Shanghai Shenhua on Friday. The shirt was previously worn by former United captain Antonio Valencia and ex-South Africa international Quinton Fortune. Super Eagles legend Nwankwo Kanu also wore the jersey number while at United's rivals Arsenal. And so in the news, a look at our major stories. The federal government has launched a new visa policy which allows travelers to visit Nigeria without visas and only commence the process of obtaining one upon arrival into the country. Imo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has accused the All Progressives Congress (APC) of raising the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) office in Olo on Sunday. We also told you that the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has warned state and local governments in the country against the consequences of lack of preparation for possible incidents of flooding during the year's rainy season. Super Eagles coach Ken Ostra said that the list of players that will prosecute the 2021 African Cup of Nations AFCON Nations Cup qualifier doubleheader against Sierra Leone next month will be released later this month. That was news. Thanks for watching. Please do join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Eziniwafo. Once again, good morning.